Hey, hello everybody. It was good to see you on Tuesday in lecture. Thank you for your work in lab. The lab quizzes are up and graded. And like everything with the new class, take what you've learned, not only from the content, but how you prepared, and see the feedback, which is essentially your scores on these things, and then adjust moving forward. I do think that you'll see that all the material that you'll ever have quiz questions or exams over in both lecture and lab is available for the taking. So there's nothing on the lab quiz that wasn't directly in the content that was assigned. And again, we just talked about this. It does take a little while to get into the swing of things. It takes a little while to realize how much time you need to spend in order to know this stuff in the way that you need to know it. And we'll do that all semester. So it's a process that's just ongoing through your education. A couple of reminders for this week. On Friday night, which is tomorrow before midnight, you have a video post due. The video must be narrated by you. It must have it must have a visual component that's created by you, and it must cover the content or that area, whichever of those two you choose. The content that you use for your dialogue should come from the course content, because really what you're doing is creating a mini presentation for your classmates. So your post is due by tomorrow night at midnight, and then you have 24 hours to make comments on the posts of others. Please see the instructions for video assignment number 1, because there are some requirements for the responses. And the responses are actually a fairly significant portion of the grade on this as well. So after you get your video turned in by Friday night, and then make comments by Saturday night, then you'll turn your attention to the lecture quiz. The lecture quiz will contain 10 questions. It will be open from Sunday morning at 9 to Monday morning at 9. And there will be 5 questions from the cytology PowerPoint presentation. And there will be 5 questions or 5 points from the histology PowerPoint presentation. And you know that there's a lot of stuff in there. Some of what we did in lab will overlap a little bit, which will help you. And we did talk a little bit about tissues. We got a little bit of the way into that in lecture on Tuesday. But there's a lot of content in there. If the content is in those presentations, it's fair game for the quiz. So that's kind of how you should plan your time. I know you're working hard. I've reached out to each of you individually. Please make sure you're checking your emails. And then on Sunday morning, I will also open up week 3. So I highly encourage you to get into a cycle of starting the week early and taking the quizzes early in the window. Oh, and of course, it's up to you. But the earlier you start, the earlier you take the quiz, the more time you buy yourself for the following content. And I'll always try to get the next week up so that if you do get done, you can get an early jump and utilize Sunday and Monday. And you're totally free to take as much time as you need during that quiz window. But if you take it sort of late in the window, then you've maybe lost a day that you could use to prepare. But I know life happens, so I'm not forcing you to do anything. That's why there's a little bit of flexibility. If you need me, reach out. Thank you. I got jets flying overhead. Sorry about the noise. Have a great day.